What is up? I'm up really early, couldn't sleep. Nick Saban said something in his press conference 2 days ago that really stood out to me. I shared it all over, my social media stuff last night. It's a quick clip. He was talking about something they worked on in practice the last 2 minutes before the half. And he referenced their 2 losses last year and why they're working on it. Check it out.
Today we had 2 minutes before the half. 2 minutes before the half was a bad thing. LSU scored 14 points in the last 2 minutes of the half, and Auburn scored 10. So those are the kind of things that the players have to really understand. Not only are we trying to score in that situation, but we can't give the other team the ball back so they get a chance to score.
Okay, so lots of reasons that would jump out at you. This is, to me, really interesting. A key stat. To their 2 losses last year, they go 11-2. They gave up 24 points in the last 2 minutes of the half against LSU and Auburn combined. That's 4 minutes out of their entire season. They gave up 24 points. Here's a reason why guys like Saban are such sticklers for the little bitty tiny, every little teeny tiny detail, is because last 2 minutes before the half, a couple of games, led to both losses. You go back, you look at LSU, that was a deal where, right at the 2 minute mark, Joe Burrow gets this long run and gets them down in scoring position inside of 2 minutes.
Shockingly different.
From 8 years ago. Play action. Burrow loads it. Now he'll run with it again. And Joe's got another first down and more. All the way to the 31-yard line. And you see the toughness and the fire.
Now, they had to make some plays, right? So they then make the tiptoe grab Moss did down there right in front of the pylon. It's just an incredible individual play by a receiver. There was nothing really wrong with the coverage there. Alabama didn't do a lot wrong. It's just the other guys made a great play. And then they punch it in the next play, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And Edwards-Helaire, thought it was interesting, Gary Danielson compares him to Darren Sproles. He's 5'7". It's a pretty neat comparison.
If that doesn't remind you of Darren Sproles, I don't know what does.
We're going to get to watch him tonight on in the Chiefs game. But he had both touchdowns at the receiving because Alabama then comes back, and with just a few seconds left, they're going to try to do something. Tua makes a bad read. He never saw the defender coming from the other side who jumped underneath his throw.
Tagovailoa throws down the middle, intercepted. Patrick Queen coming the other way. LSU's got it right back, and another chance to score before halftime.
You go interception and then penalty, moves LSU right down there, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire then has the receiving touchdown where they go 3-man route into the boundary, run one off, run one underneath, slip him in there in that intermediate and try to get him in coverage on the pylon, and they got him wide open, a great read. And so 14 points, bang, bang for LSU right before the half in a ball game that wound up being a 5-point game when it was all said and done. So leave it to Nick Saban to really pinpoint here a key part of their season, and they're working on it because that was a big reason they lost. You go to the Auburn game. That was a little different, obviously, but 2 minutes left, and then Auburn hits this huge pass play, one-handed catch down there on the sideline. And again, Patrick Surtain, you can't cover it any better. Gary Danielson pointed that out on the broadcast.
And if you're Patrick Surtain right now, you're just going, hey, great play. I can't cover you any better than that. And you caught it one hand, helped it in, and controlled it.
So Auburn makes a great individual play, and now they're down there in scoring position inside of 2 minutes, and they get the score on kind of a similar, just great individual catch, tiptoe, again, not bad coverage. It's a lot like the play we saw Moss make in the LSU game, but touchdown Auburn. Now, it was different because, then Alabama did come back and score themselves, but then we had the whole deal with they throw the screen pass. He's down with 1 second. They put the 1 second back on the clock, and allows him to kick a field goal.
Got to get down. Time's going to run out.
It is. Even if there was 1 second, there wouldn't be enough time to snap the ball and put it down.
Now we do have a chance to put the field goal team on the field. And now the referee will blow the ball ready for play, but I would assume that he'll have that offense in a set position.
Anders Carlson with a second to go to try to draw Auburn 3 points closer. There's the whistle, there's a snap. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good.
And so that was Auburn's 10 points going in the locker room. They didn't have the lead, but it is 10 points in a game that wound up being a 3-point ball game. I would not say that it's this direct transitive property. You know, you're talking about a game where combined the teams score almost 100 points in each game. You can't narrow it down to just that. But you can say 2 losses for Alabama by a combined 8 points in games they gave up 24 combined points in the last 2 minutes before the half. You know, Saban pointing that out, and they're already working on it. I find it really interesting. It's just, I think, commentary on the fact that at the highest level of competition, it is the little bitty, teeny tiny things that make the difference between winning and losing. And these great coaches know that, and that's why they're walking around mad all the time, is because they're constantly trying to iron out all the little things. But it's also an interesting commentary on life. Thanks for watching. Good content? Good content. See you on the next one.